Sup, y'all? Had a good sleep, and now we're back to see some results from the weekend because we had some big tournaments. We had BCS Puerto Rico and BCS Leeds, which is the UK. And then we also had a VMC result as well. And some of these results are actually quite funny. So let's get started. First off, we have standard for Puerto Rico. We had 3 Prison, 1 Kyrie, Nirvana, Flagberg, Bruce, and Bav Sagra in top 8. And guess what made it through to Worlds? We had all the Seraph players with the Seraph sweep, bringing it home, all of them making it to the Worlds with the Basagra. Unluckily, 4th place just missed out, right? So that's a bit unfortunate. But let's take a look at Premium as well. We had 2 Narukamis, 2 Pale Moons, then 1 Dimension Police, Geek Chronicle, Murakumo, and Gold Paladin. And one of those Pale Moons was a Harry list. And also, the Gold Paladin one was a more Liberator list instead. Let's kind of take a look at these. We first look at the top 4, of course. Miguel coming in first with the Dimension Police. Then you have Noman, good old Noman. Buddy making it through to Worlds as well in 2nd place with Eradicators. 3rd place with Felix with Eradicators as well. And 4th we had Michael, which I think is from Team Best Girl, with the Steam Maiden list. And let's take a look at the list, by the way. So first we have the Miguel list here, right? This is the Dimension Police. And finally, Dimension Police again doing something right. I remember this list was, Dimension Police was quite hyped before, but you know, then it kind of got overshadowed by the MFDs and the Ripples. But now that some of them are gone, maybe this is coming back. I know the newer Elementaria Sanctitude order kind of tucks this kind of one-shot build a bit, but you know, your opponent starts to draw it. And hey, you know, not everyone is running it at the moment, I think. But yeah, this is still seems to finally made it through. Finally got a dub. So that's good to see. But that's good to see. And then we also have the Liberator list here as well. As you can see, much more focused on Liberators, no Gurgits in sight. And then some of the interesting techs here. You have the old Holy Shine to Percival. Well, not really old, but you know, the expected one. Then we have like the Liberator and Blaster Blade Liberator kind of. Well, the Blaster Blade Liberator combo to countercharge, because the deck does kind of counter blaster bits, and your end goal is still an Ultima, so you want to have that 2C be ready. And this Blaster Blade Liberator combo does kind of let you get some of that counter charge, which is nice. At the same time, you could use Blaster Blade Liberator's skill once in a Blue Moon, but I highly doubt it. Otherwise, just do the normal Gold Paladin game plan. It's good to see it do some work, alright? And then finally, we had V-Prem there at Puerto Rico. We had 5 Geek Chronicles making it through, 2 Granblue, and then 1 Genesis. 5 Geek Chronicles, pretty much all Steam Maidens, and the 2 Granblues. Night Rose, looks like they were Night Rose. You'd wonder why Night Rose can still be play very aggressive. That's what you need to do against Geek Chronicle, and then go Skull Dragon combo just to kill them off. And the same thing with Astral Ports, right? Astral Port, you just do your moves, style on your opponent, get a bunch of crits, nothing much they can do. Early game plays, or at least that, like, you know, turn 3 grade 3 Astral Port play. That's what we're looking for. Top 4 for this was a Michael, again, finally getting that 1st place and the invite to Worlds. With Steam Maiden, then we had John with another Steam Maiden. Got Eduardo with the Night Rose deck, and then 4th was Sergio with another Steam Maiden. So, kind of expected it. We know Steam Maiden is the meta, right? And as reflected here as well. So very, very cool to see. But let's head across the pond. We have UK, BCS, Leeds, right? First off, look at this. Look at this Thegria. Right? 3 Thegrias. No, not Seraph. 3 Thegrias instead. And then we had 2 Gravidias, 1 Flagberg, 1 Prison, and then 1 Zorga. But then the final result was Zorga making it through Sergi. I think it's Wolfren, right? Wolfren making it through, finally getting that dub, right? I remember he's a big Zorga fan, so you know when you win with the deck that you like, makes it all the better, right? Then David with the Gravidia, Matthew with Flagberg, and then fourth was Calum with another Gravidia. But let's kind of take a look at some of these lists. So first off is the Zorga list. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Zorga finally making it through. I think here we have the new Elementara Sanctitude. Several orders as well, right? Just running the red Zorga and then finally getting that dub. So very, very cool to see. And then we also have the Flagberg list. This is still running the old kind of order Flagberg list. No shelling cannons to be seen, which is kind of strange. Maybe they just don't have the shelling cannons because it's still a bit hard to get. Otherwise, still just playing it through with order Zorga, right? Let's kind of move on. Next we have is Vprem, and Vprem's ended up with 3 Genesis in top 8. Only one Gear Chronicle, 2 Aquaforce, 1 Narukami, and 1 Dimension Plate. And is that an Enigma Dimension Plate? That seems weird, right? Seems weird. And then the top 4, the winner was still the Steam Maiden. But then we had looks like it's Ripples in second place. Third was Fenrir, so not the Astroport, and the fourth was the Astroport as well. So I guess the interesting list would be like the Ripples and the Fenrir. So here we have the Ripple list. Just yeah, new Ripples with the Coil Dragon. Yeah, and even the Kelpie being played as well. And I'm just guessing, like, you just play aggressive, right? There's really no other way to play this format. Play aggressive, do your best, and you could probably win. Yeah? Nice. But then we also have the Fenrir list, which is actually like a Fenrir Yatagarasu list, right? Which is not something that you normally see. And normally with Genesis, it's just either it's like the Himiko kind of Regalia build, where you restand a bunch of time with crits, or it's just Astro. Right, but this one going into Yatagarasu, that's a first, right? That's actually a first in a format that is dominated by just Steam Maiden being the main thing. Still no Luars to be seen, right? No Luars to be seen. So take that as you will. And then for premium, we had quite a strange amount, I have to say. So 2 Narukamis, the top 8, 2 Pale Moons as well. Then you have the 1 Granblue, 1 Spike Brothers. Then 1 Dimension Police again, and then the Tachikaze, which is a bit out there. But then in top 4, we have the first place was actually Alistair with Granblue. Out of all things, it's Granblue. Second was Nathan with another Dimension Police list. Third was Carolis with the Rising, looks like it's Rising Greedon. And then fourth was William with Sweep, man. We can take a quick look at the deck log. So first we have the Granblue. It is actually just a very normal Granblue list, which is quite surprising in this current format. Just a normal Granblue list, doing well with just a few upgrades, right? But otherwise just doing Granblue things and still performing very, very well, right? The best thing about the deck, consistency. And it's just done that excellent, right? And then second was another Dimension Police one. This one is slightly different to the one from Puerto Rico, but the idea is still the same. Still got the Taser Ages as well, but this one is also sporting the new Sentinel Order, right? So that's that. Very, very cool. And then third place we have is the Rising Greedon list. We've seen some different builds of Spike Brothers existing. Just either, like, I think this one was hyped up a more while ago, right? Otherwise, people are running more just normal aggressive builds. But otherwise, both of them seem to be doing okay, right? Both of them doing okay. The interesting thing here as well is that only running 3 PGs. I tried seeing if there's any more PGs, but I'm pretty sure there isn't. I'm actually pretty sure my eyes haven't deceived me. Right? Only 3 PGs, but if you play a very, very aggressive game anyway, why do you need PG? Just think about that. Just kill them before you need the 4th PG, right? And then with the new G Zone, 2 of the new G Guardian, and then 3 of the new Galley Gabalus, right? So very, very cool, very, very cool. And then 4th we have is just your good old Narukami list. This one is just you've got. Couldn't decide between Vowing or Sweep Pan, just run both. Right, just run both. It's just that easy. Just that easy. And then with the Eradicators, the Eradicator main, right? With some restanders, and then you got the Erratic Exterminate Dress. I keep on I keep on saying Eradicator, they all start with E. It's confusing me. And then the stun verse and all that. So very, very cool to see. Very nice. Red hot chili peppers. Nice. Very cool. And then I dug up the Tachikaze list as well. I just want to see what it is. Just your Spino Driver build, but also running the new reverse. Spino Driver reverse. So that's pretty cool, right? That's kind of spicy. No spicy savage mercenary, though, coming down early and just wrecking havoc. So that's a bit different. Why would you pass that up, right? If you're Tachikaze, you always want to drop a 27k on the first turn just to make it feel bad. But otherwise, the rest of the build just seems very similar to what you'd have seen before. From like an old like Tachikaze core. And then just your new G-Zone with some new cards. That's pretty much it, right? So overall, pretty cool results, but we still have one more result left, and that is VMC Malaysia. This one was, again, dominated by a certain deck. So this one had 5 Youthberk. This is the Japanese format, by the way. So with the Tempest, 1 Overlord, 1 Nirvana, and 1 Luticia. Yeah, 5 Youthberks. And then we look at the top 4, and this is the easiest top 4 that Fuzzy would probably had to make. Is just you put 4 Youthbergs in. All the Youthbergs made it through. It's just that good of a deck. Hey, you know, putting Aura Guys in Youthberg, probably the either the smartest idea of all time or the worst idea of all time. And then we look at the winning deck. This was Joshua Rakesh's deck. A bit small. Pretty much just... We've seen quite a variation of these decks on the on VG top decks already. Basically every week is this. But the key thing is Joshua's just running 1 Zest and also one of the grade 1s that can kind of Soul Blast 2 and turn your triggers into an extra 5k power on top. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's just one of the Japanese lists. Similar to one of the Japanese lists that we've kind of been seeing. And then here we have the VMC V-Prem list. This was dominated by actually gold paladins. So if you look at this, 4 gold paladins, 3 of them are Gurgits and 1 of them is Spectral. Then we have the Prism list, and then the Luan and the Aqua and 1 Dragon Kagero. Dragon Empire. Well, it is a Dragon Empire, but it's Kagero. But an absence of Steam Maidens, which is very, very weird. And then for the top 4, we had the winner was Lo Sao Yip with the Gurgit. And the second one was Chihung with Prism. And then I think this is Ryan Kai. Right? Now you guys all know his name. But this was the Spectral, and then 4th was Sharvan with the Thavis. So surprisingly, no Steam Maiden made it through. The winner list was the Gurgit. Of course, you guys look at it and go, why is there a Percival? Because, you know, in Japan, you know, Percival is not restricted. No Holy Shine though, but in this format, you really can't play Holy Shine. You have to kind of ride up to a Gurgit and just use Gurgit's defensive power to not die. But yeah, otherwise, this is kind of a Gurgit list we've seen before. So nothing too insanely special. But with that, that is pretty much it for all the results this week. Let me know if you have anything you want to say in the comments. There's some other results too. But we'll see more. We'll probably see more results in VG Top Decks on Thursday, so look out for that. And with that, I will see you guys all next time. All right? Bye.